You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Hello, everyone. It's 0dark30 with John. Welcome back. It is Friday, and folks, we've got some interesting things to discuss. Right? I remember this phrase, and I just couldn't sleep tonight. I had to get up and get this going out to you. SHTF is a no-brainer. I remember when they said everything is a no-brainer. Right? It's kind of like, that's a gimme. Right? You don't even have to take the shot. It's a no-brainer. Don't even bother asking the question. You want no-brainer, folks. Look at what's happening. A lot of times we do discuss how there's an intentional move by the government, by the wealthy, to take over. We also have to be aware of absolute and total incompetence. It is more than prevalent, right? It's almost off the charts. And a lot of people are waking up. This young man who's got his song out there, rich men north of Richmond. It's got people looking at government, and that's a good thing, I think. It's a good thing, right? But we got a lot of no-brainer action going on out there. In the White House, one of their big shot lawyers has decided he's going to quit because of Biden and what's going on with the corruption that's being uncovered. Right? That's a no-brainer right there. Will they continue to dump Joe Biden? How much longer can the FBI, the Department of Justice, the Attorney General cover for these people? How much longer? It's just a question I have, right? This two-tiered justice system that is just blasting everyone in the face. And this idea that, well, Joe Biden could use a fake name and do business deals, Mr. Robert L. Peters. That is just huge, huge news. That's the politics. How long can they hold out? How long can they hold out? They're going to find out. Right? There's a lot of no-brainers out there. Here's a no-brainer. All these smart people saying we can run the world on wind and solar. You can run a small house, sure. You can't run a neighborhood. You can't run a country. You can't run a city. Right? Anyways, in Texas, the power grid is saying, hey, everyone, you need to reduce your energy usage because of low wind generation. So that's how this works, huh? It's a no-brainer. They should have known this years ago. And I'm sure they did, but they went for it anyways. We've got homeless encampments going up in smoke and fire in San Francisco on the street, in Seattle. What does that tell us? It's another big, big no-brainer. You let people live on the street, all of these ridiculous, psychotic people, yeah, they're going to start having accidents. People in houses have accidents, no doubt. But the homeless, they live out in brush as well as under bridges. It's kind of a no-brainer that they're going to continue to have these kind of problems, these kind of issues where things get completely jacked up. No-brainer there, folks. But, that's how it goes. You want another no-brainer while we talk about people who are, homeless and in power? In Maui, they have so much focus on green energy that they've completely ignored their infrastructure. And it's partially to blame for what they let happen there with the fire. It's government incompetence, folks. There is a huge no-brainer. It's a huge no-brainer. For the emergency operations chief, he's resigned in Maui. Yep, that's right. He resigns. Because he did not turn on the sirens. But of course, he had health reasons. That's why he resigned, not because he's an embarrassing dupe. The Peter principle, the absolute incompetence is just stunning with these people. Stunning. Yeah, he should resign and a lot more. Expect more no-brainers like that. But it's not just little places like Maui and just homeless encampments like that. No, no, no. It's the federal government. It is just jam-packed full of incompetence. No-brainer actions. An IRS agent accidentally shot and killed another agent during training at one of their Phoenix facilities. Well, don't worry, the FBI is going to investigate this. I can't tell you how that makes me feel good to know that the FBI is investigating this. Now, the IRS, isn't that the organization that just hired 87,000 people who are willing to be armed? Yeah, and they also are hiring agents who are wanting to do 24/7, anytime, anywhere, police raid style arrest investigations, confiscations, etc. Yeah, the IRS is being turned into a bunch of jackbooted thugs as if they were good guys before. But this no-brainer of them shooting each other and shooting themselves, they're worse than the Keystone cops, folks. They're worse than the Keystone cops. There's just so much no-brainer activity out there. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Now, I mean, you want more no-brainer in the corporate world? They're destroying themselves with their woke stupidity. Well, one of the heirs of Anheuser-Busch, Anheuser-Busch, Budweiser, sold their beer company. Now one guy wants to buy back Bud Light, trying to save it. Why even bother? It's Bud Light. It's destroyed. It is completely destroyed. You could make Budweiser Light. You could make Buddy Light. But, these are idiots, folks. He wants to spend all that money to buy something. And I think we, the people, have said, you know what? Take your woke beer and shove it. Right? All of you fucking rich fuckers out there, you've destroyed it. You don't get it back. You don't get it back. This is the world we have, folks. It is full of idiots with their no-brainer moments. No gimmies anymore, right? They've got their work cut out. They got their work ahead of them. As far as you and me, all we have to do is look out there and look at all these stories. Yeah, in my opinion, from what I've seen, there's a lot of evil people out there trying to take this country down, and they're doing it intentionally. But in addition to that, there are people out there making some of the worst decisions. And there's decisions that were made 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago that we still haven't paid for, like the Maui fire, like Northern California fires, all of the mismanagement by these misguided idiots, whether we're talking about the environment or social issues. There's going to be hell to pay for it, folks. All of these are a no-brainer. What could go wrong? There's another question. What could go wrong? I know. Let's teach kids about all of these LGBTQ lifestyles in school. What could go wrong with that? Let's teach kids gender don't matter. What could go wrong? Everything can go wrong. It is early, folks. Sometimes you just wake up and you got to get up and start dealing with it. I hope you are ready for what's coming. I hope you have food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, and a plan. You got to ask yourself, what could go wrong? Is this a no-brainer? Just look around. Whether it's intentional or accidental, government jacks everything up. A chance favors the prepared mind is yours. Godspeed, Semper Fi.